Hey everyone, have I here been another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle? Well, better late than never. And I'm going to be discussing version Z of Dokkan Battle. This is version 5.0.0 that's going to be dropping on the JP version of the game, along with discussing when it's going to be dropping on global and just overall thoughts about the update here. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. And of course, all this information dropped last night, like at 3 a.m. my time. I was sound asleep and had to work all day today. So I figured I'd make the video now and then go ahead and post it as soon as I can. So hopefully I'll give you guys different insights, different discussion points and pieces here. So let's go ahead and dive right in. And we've been waiting for the details for version Z. This was announced, I think, what was it, like maybe even before $350 million celebration, somewhere around there. So, or just right after. No, it was, yeah, before it. And yeah, either way, it's been quite some time since we found out this information, and we're like, what is version Z? And it looks like just a big overhaul, but not anything that's going to change the crux of the game, the internal guts of the game. I have a whole another video about things I want to see. They are going to provide some of those, but definitely not all of them quite yet. So if you guys didn't see the full stream, you definitely go check that out. But however, they did do a global announcement here, which was great, meaning that we are actually going to get this on the global version game sooner than later, and it's looking like toward the end of the year, beginning of 2022. So the whole idea of this version Z update is to make the game fun for both first time and long time players, which is a tough balance for being a game that's been around for over 6.5 years, going on 7 years. It wants to increase playability and then add or improve challenge features, which I think they are definitely doing here. So when you look at that and really look at the full update here, I think version Z is actually going to be 5.0.0 and then ongoing. So this is going to be the introduction of version Z, but there is still going to do the number dot, and this is going to be the first iteration of version Z here. And they didn't really talk about this here, where you're able to actually see units that have all 4 paths open, and I think that is something really grateful for me, because I have a lot of units that all 4 paths are open. I just haven't rainbowed them because I just don't want to waste the orbs on a particular unit. So that's going to be interesting here. But on top of that is we're able to see a lot of other things that they're going to do with version Z. And in the summary on the global Twitter page, they talk about the Dragonball story. They're going to really update that. The revamped tutorial, that's looking pretty interesting there. Panel missions and recommended characters. And as you can see here, when it comes to the improved tutorial and Dragonball story, they're gonna have these cutscenes, and it's gonna be, I think, very, very interesting to see how the game flows. As you can see, the updated tutorial is going to be based on the Saiyan Saga, which is basically what we're trying to lead into. Hopefully in the new year is leading into the Saiyan Saga and having some Dokkan Fest units and things of that nature. And it doesn't seem like they're really doing anything with the with the summoning and the rarities and the units. It's going to be as normal. It's just, this is going to be more for the overall gameplay and life changes and quality of life changes for this game here. So so you can see kind of these cutscenes here. It looks interesting. The sprites look a little bit better. We'll see really in gameplay there. That's going to, in a sense, kind of lead into some free-to-play units. As you can see, the free-to-play SSR and TUR, that's going to go into LR. We'll show that in a second. But the first iteration to this new gameplay with these cutscenes and things of that nature, you can see, is the Saiyan Saga quest there. So it's a new story. It's going to be very interesting to see the gameplay of that and see how smoothly that runs. And like I mentioned before, that unit you see down below there, that's going to be, it seems like a free-to-play unit, right? It's a free-to-play LR for the brand new 5.0.0, right? So this is the LR Saiyan Saga Goku. Looks amazing, by the way. We'll see what the stats look like. And that's going to be interesting too, because they didn't really make any indication on if they're going to change the meta of the game. Right now it's categories, right? and are they going to do something totally different to the units in of itself? Now, when we see the details for this unit here, we're going to understand a little bit more if they're going to change the internal guts and meta of the game in of itself. I don't think they are. It's a big overhaul if they were to do that, and they're already doing quite a bit in version Z here. Now, on top of this, and by the way, this has been announced that we are going to get this unit here. This is in game with the 5.0.0 update, so you can see that within the JP version of the game right now. I think the biggest change, though, is these that they talked about once again on the global side is the auto battle function. That is a huge change to the game, where grinding is definitely not going to be as cumbersome as it has been. And for some of you, that is a plus. For me, it's a huge plus. For those who have grinded their their time away in this game here, you might go, wait a minute, well, I've done so much. I've got rank 9999, etc., link levels and things of that nature. And you're just going to make it a lot easier. And this auto battle function is going to make it a lot easier. We're going to talk about also the hidden potential activation feature, optimization for team formation feature, optimization for the screen before entering the stage, which actually I don't know if I have that, and then removal of team cost limit. So, but the auto battle function basically looks something like this here. So it's in the game as well. So that's going to be part of 5.0.0. And to make it a little bit bigger here, so there's going to be two options there. There's a map auto, and then there's a in-game auto, which basically highlights they're trying to get as many orbs as possible. So that's the auto feature. So you can go into a game, it's going to show that the auto is going to as many orbs as possible. They're going to click on that and easily complete the mission, especially if you have OP type of units, and it's one-shotting everything anyway. So the idea is if you do the Z hard, you're able to then just go ahead and clear the other two as well. So you don't have to go and do the normal, do the hard here. It's just going to automatically clear everything else, because we know that you can clear everything else as well. So I don't know about the items and the drop rates and stuff like that. Will they compensate you for that? That hasn't been really clear yet on the auto function here, but I would assume that, hey, that is going to be a functionality of this here, is when you do the auto mode, you're going to also get the rewards as a drop as well. So gonna be interesting in seeing how this works with the link leveling system and things of that nature. So I'm all for it. Can't wait for this to drop on the global version game in the beginning of 2022. So another huge feature like we mentioned before from this page here, right, is the hidden potential activation feature, and I love it. This was one of the things I was asking for on here, was basically like a 55% button, and they showed that within the live stream, but it seems like they're able to also do 100% as well. I'm guessing they're just going to leave the boxes open for your choices. And now they did mention that the cost to change one of the boxes that you check for, like critical hit and dodge and additional attack, it's only going to be 1 dragon stone, but only for a limited time. I hope they just make that as a full change, right? So you can always kind of change up your design on some of your units. So that is a welcome change here. They're going to make the events to grind for orbs a little bit easier. I think with the auto mode, they're going to make it's going to be a lot easier there as well. So a huge beneficial change for hidden potential. They didn't really add anything new to it. It's just making it easier instead of you having to click every single bubble or the line of the bubble. 55% rock and roll, and there you go, or even 100%. We'll kind of take a look at that as well. So another huge feature, something else that I asked for, and it's almost to what I want them to do, but in a sense should be able to categorize these here, is having a 50 team deck. 50, you heard it right. So I don't know how you're going to organize all these, but it looks like there's a tab of 10 on each page. So you have 5 tabs there, and you go down there and you just scroll down. and figure out what team you're going to actually use, and you're going to start building those teams out. So you're going to have 50 options, and I love it. And you can edit the name, so you can say this is the Fusion team, or this is the Patara team, or the Super Saiyan team, etc., etc. So we have 81 categories. It would have been nice to have every single category be represented, but of course you're going to want to do like free-to-play teams and mono teams and stuff like that as well. So hey, it's better than 8, expanded to 50. So gonna be interesting to see the dynamics there. I think it's gonna be hugely beneficial, and I'm excited for this update here, especially to build as many teams as possible. It's a shame that it's not happening at the same time as global, but at least we are going to be looking forward to something by year end. Another huge feature. So now you got this button here, quick button here. You got this 50 team set here. Here's a great quality of life, fantastic quality of life, because I hate doing this. Is a pretty much a one button easy A. So you have this individual here. If you have all the medals, as you can see right there, you click a button and it fully easy A's the unit up to SA 15 and getting to level 140 in a stroke of a button. All right, this is so welcomed here. I'm very happy to see this Extreme Z Awakening feature that's just going to make life a lot easier when you're building that out. So one of the things they said here, which I don't have a slide for it, is optimization of screen before entering the stage. I think it might be part of the team deck piece here. So yeah, you're able to actually do like a auto, like have the AI like create the team for you. I don't know. So I don't know if that's going to be good or not. So because generally speaking, I like to run a support on a team, and I don't know if this is going to provide that type of space where, like the last one, you say, oh, I want this as a support unit. Who can I put on there? Going to be interesting. I wonder if they're going to link up, like auto create a team, and then you have good links together and stuff like that. I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting. So, but anyway. One thing they didn't mention here that was on part of the stream was the Green Dragon Stones. So, of course, this is a game that wants to make money, and for newer players, they're going to create the Green Dragon Stone, right? So this is a beginner pack where you're able to pick up some pretty good LRs. So LR Goku, Super Saiyan Goku, or Spirit Bomb Goku, Rose, Broly, Godku, Kalen Caulifla. They're all 130 leads, but it's still really, really good. Depending on how much this thing costs, might be really worth it if you are a brand new player and want to stay maybe low to play and want to get one of these units like a UI Goku on here. So once again, they still got to make the money, and this is one way of them doing it. I'm guessing they're going to update this consistently on a consistent basis for people to buy this pack on here. I'm guessing like $79.99 or something, and they give you some Dragon Stones or something on top of that as a part of the maybe not that much, maybe like $49.99 or something. So who knows what the cost is. We'll see there. So the last thing they did on the stream was they actually says like, okay, is this all we're gonna get? We're like, oh man, what about the friend system? Well, there's a couple things they asked toward the end of the stream that we wanted to get some insight from the player base. So I'm guessing this is going to be additional down the road. So 5.1.0 or 5.1. Whatever it is, as they continue to roll out version Z, a lot of different things are going to get added. Trust me, this is not the only stuff that they're going to have, quote unquote, for version Z. So they're going to have a lot more. So the first question they had was for the friend system, and we're like, oh great, at least they're going to start thinking about it. But the question for it really didn't pertain to what we want, right? We want a mirroring system, or for me, if they just got rid of the daily restriction to use a friend, it could solve a lot of different things, right? So you can ask a friend, hey, you have a rainbow XYZ person, go ahead and put that person up on there, and then you can just use that friend all day, right? So they asked the friend system, what would you like to be added with friends? Is it for you to compete with friends? It's kind of like a PvP kind of thing. To cooperate with friends, I think that's more in line with the game and how this game is. To interact, I think the interaction would be fun. or do nothing. Well, I don't know why they even put that as an option, do nothing on there. There needs to be something done with the friend system. So they should add, hey, mirroring system, or get rid of the time limit on there. So they're looking at the friend system, but I don't feel like they're asking the right question, especially on this survey here. They also did ask a question on after summoning and getting the unit, how often would you play with that unit there? You basically want to see the character's animation, no matter the difficulty. I want to confirm their powers to play hard events. I want to put the character to satisfy a team. What is it that you want to actually do with a brand new unit? And then finally, they had a question on character animation. What's the appeal? Is it reenacting the anime with sounds and voices? Is it the original animations? A and B are the same. Then most people are just going to click C here, right? So I don't know. These surveys, whoever created these surveys, just as I'm like, they're not kind of asking the right question here. So I don't think these are actually very helpful survey questions, especially the friend system, which definitely needs to get fixed here. But anyway, that's pretty much it about all the highlights for version Z. Whatever changes they make, I like the changes. Are they going to do more? Yes. Should they do more? Yes. And it seems like quality of life for this game is going to be absolutely better. And then also the gameplay for this. Now, this is the only time I'm going to cover this quote-unquote airplane mode or airplane stacking exploit here. And I didn't cover any of it during the weekend because I was like, this is going to happen. So they're saying that they're going to ban people for quote-unquote, it's the abuse, right? So if you are abusing this exploit, I don't think it's patched up yet here, then that's what they have issues with. So I think if you've done it a couple times and you just wanted to try it out because you saw it on YouTube or you saw it on Twitter, I don't think they're going to have a huge issue on that. I think if you're just doing it over and over and over and over again and you're completing a lot of different things in the game that you're not capable of doing, that might be an issue there. But here's kind of the funny thing is there's a lot of mod programs out there. There's that farming system to farm various different things. That's kind of still similar to that, and they really don't ban people for that either. So unless they're going to start doing a co-op or a PvP system, I think it's just more of a threat than actuality, because there's been a lot of mods and a lot of different things over the past years of gameplay with Dokkan Battle, and the only thing they really ban people for is world tournament abuse. And once again, that's abuse, right? So going to rank 1 or rank 100 or top 100, they'll ban people for that. But I think for some of you guys kind of dabble with it, I think you're safe on it. But a lot of people are worried about their accounts, and I guess I should have just mentioned to everyone when this came out, don't try it on your main account, do it on a side account or something like that, just kind of mess around with. But anyway, that's the only time I'm gonna discuss the airplane mode on here. So anyway, that is version Z and version update 5.0.0 coming to JP right around the corner, probably in a couple of days here. And so it's interesting to see what the data download and all that is as well. And then we're going to wait a couple of months toward New Year's for the global update as well. So look out for that, global players. Anyway, that is my summary update, all that fun stuff. Hopefully you guys got some additional information by watching through this. But if you are new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning, and we will catch you next time.